You know, a wise person once said life is meaningless without idol girls and Yuri. They're not wrong, but I think you gotta add some good graphs on top of that. And we got plenty of that this weekend. Stardom held their final for their 5-star Grand Prix tournament, and TJPW did the same with their yearly Tokyo Princess Cup. 2 promotions, 2 winners, same day, same city. I had my gripes about how Taro Okada was running the 5-star this year, literally made a whole video about it, but these playoffs and the final were honestly handled extremely well given the circumstances going into it. We're coming for that belt, Akira Bros. You put 2 of my favorites against each other in Ami Sourei and Starlight Kid, and you're getting no complaints out of me. That whole show had a lot to appreciate, not just this match, but Maika and Saya Ida also went out there and banged. And we gotta talk about Rina versus Konami here. Beyond just the interfaction tension between Hate members and Konami passing the torch to who would become the eventual winner of the whole thing in Rina, and their redemption for their amazing clash back in January, which funny enough I was there for. This match carried strong connections back to the one and only Hana Kimura. Almost exactly 7 years earlier, Konami faced Hana, who was Rina's trainer and mentor, in the 2019 5-star final. Konami, Rina, and Hana Kimura were all in TCS at the time. It added extra weight on top of what was already going to be an emotional and high-stakes matchup between stablemates. I don't care who you are, Rina hitting Hana's Tiger Lily and doing that handshake with Konami is enough to make any grown man cry. That's pro wrestling, baby. The field was broken down to just Rina, Suzuki, Maika, and Starlight Kid. What you notice as we continue is that Tokyo Joshi and Stardom both present different forms of wrestling, yet both find ways to utilize their unique formats for different stories. The common thread that connects the arcs of these tournaments, and even the G1, was that the guard is changing in real time. We are witnessing the future breakout right in front of us. The Tokyo Princess Cup is a single elimination tournament rather than round robin and points based, so it's pretty straightforward going down to their final 4. Suzume, Himawari, Toga, and Rika Tatsumi. Rika Tatsumi was able to take full advantage of her veteran abilities to take out Toga and advance to the tournament final. Even in defeat, for Toga, reaching the semifinals against a veteran like Tatsumi marked a major high-profile spot in her career. Rika Tatsumi, on the other hand, despite her long career in TJPW, is still looking to achieve her first ever Princess Cup victory. And much like in any sport, you just never know how much time you have left and how many more opportunities you'll get. Suzume and Himawari had a highly competitive main event, where everyone's favorite honeybee took home the W to advance to the final alongside Rika Tatsumi. I wish there was a deeper meaning behind this match, besides these two being younger talent. I mean, I guess there's a joke to be made here, knowing Himawari also means sunflower in Japanese, cause, you know.
The demons are after me. They watch me.
Switching back to Stardom, we move forward to the night of the final, August 23rd. Real Goku, 5,000 plus in attendance. Both semifinals opened the show and were incredibly fun matches. They saw Starlight Kid defeat Suzuki and Rina defeat Maika to advance to the tournament final in the main event of the night. And having to follow up that heater Natsu Po and Saori Ano ended up having would be a hard task for anyone. And what better people to put to the challenge than the next generation looking to fully establish themselves as main event talents. That Real Goku crowd definitely helps make matches feel like proper main event level bouts, no matter where they are on the card. But nothing quite beats the feeling you get from the intimate confines of Korakuen Hall. Suzume and Rika Tatsumi meet and the stage is set. This match becomes the emotional core of this entire tournament. Suzume joined Tokyo Joshi in 2019, specifically because she admired Rika Tatsumi. And this isn't their first time crossing paths either. 2022 Princess Cup quarterfinals, Suzume's first singles win over Rika, which helped her reach the semis that year. 2023, Suzume challenged Rika, then international princess champion, and lost. Rika had repeatedly referred to Suzume as her tentaki, a Japanese homophone for a natural enemy or a pest. Cause you know, she's a beast.
You guys created this. This is y'all doing. This is what y'all creating.
The final felt like a payoff of that long personal arc. After Suzume won, she cried and told Rika, "Rika-san, I've become stronger." And she thanked her for the inspiration of living with full intensity and vowed to remain her natural enemy forever. Rika responded by poking Suzume's forehead and then giving her a tight hug. It's been documented for 3 years now. I've been a Suzume bro forever. It don't matter. When I was in Tokyo, Texas, or here in Chicago, I always believed in her and supported my goat, whether she was alone or in Daisy Monkey. Don't fuck with Vivid Honey Mustard Gang. Yuki Arai, you're next. I'm telling you, we ain't gonna be almost there anymore. And now, it's time for our last match of the video. Rina versus SLK. A generational clash now between two former members of Oedo Tai. Now meeting on the opposite ends of the spectrum. Rina defeating a cornerstone talent like Starlight Kid solidified her status as the youngest ever winner of Stardom's trademark tournament at just 19 years old, cementing her future as a main event anchor for the promotion for hopefully years to come. That's honestly so trippy to think about. I started watching STARDOM in 2021, which means Rina was only 14 back then. She's younger than Nick Wayne, and you don't see AEW giving the Prodigy a C2 win. There's levels to this shit. Something coming in this match I wanted to note is, where did all the Starlight Kid hate come from? I don't remember it being this vocal until very recently. Similar to Suzume, Starlight Kid was one of the first people I became a fan of when I got into Stardom, besides Konami, and she's always been in the IWC's favor, especially in the matches she's had against Azumi. So if someone can explain that, please enlighten me, because she isn't a bad wrestler at all. This is unrelated, but the Bears rivalry uniforms came out today, and I'm honestly so pissed off, man. Those look like fucking dog shit. We waited years for some Polar Ice ones, and instead we got fucking Illini colors. Are you kidding me right now?
Am I gonna die next week?